You know, in politics, a while ago we were speaking with Dr. Enukumeyi, and he did mention 1999. From 1999 till this moment, we haven't actually seen, anyone dare some leaders in their political party. So for the first time, especially within the APC, which is part of other political parties, specifically the ACN, knowing full well that Bola Tinubu has always been the leader before this merger to form the APC.
Yeah.
What do you think went wrong for people, his party members, who saw him, he was practically deified. So why would anyone stand against his suggestion as to some newbies coming into the fray?
Yeah, they are not newbies. All those people you saw at Airport Hotel, they are the old hands for Adoki, who've been in the business together for a long time. So they are not new. They are just, we had infiltration from other parties, other ideas. Who brought other ideas from other parties to APC? We moved from AD to AC to ACN. So we built a tradition over time. But in APC, you now had coming in of new PDP. And they have their own ideology, which is different from what ACN is used to. So if you see the ACN fold and the PDP fold, you still have some little issues.
So is it safe for us to say, within the party, the APC, we still have blocks? So it would be very difficult for us to have a blanket, definition or a blanket word for them to call them progressives.
I've addressed that issue on some fora. ACN, CPC, ABGA, they are largely progressive, welfarist parties. PDP, conservative party. Capitalist, conservative party in orientation. So APC being a agglomeration of all of this will have all these issues. But what the current leadership of the party, as in the national chairman of the party, has not been able to do is to transform the party to a united whole where I no longer see myself as ACN, the other person no longer see himself as new PDP. Is the issue of molding everybody together to an ideology we can follow. The ideology is not just about running election. That's why I key into the Oshiomhole precept of political party. It cannot be for all comers. Some people by nature are conservative. It's legitimate. Let them be. Some people by nature are welfarists. It's legitimate. Let them be. But let everybody know, define who you are.
So if you put it on a scale, what percentage would you give the APC in terms of being a welfarist party? Because Nigerians could doubt you.
No, it's not about doubting, it's about the fact, or it's about the fact of the matter.
I love it when we talk about facts, because we're talking about empirical evidence.
Yes,
empirical facts before us doesn't really show the welfarist state of your party.
I beg to disagree with that. I don't know which empirical fact you are saying. What is welfarist is about intervening on the side of the people when the chips are down. The empower is a welfarist program and it's huge. The meal, the homegrown feeding system is welfarist and is huge. The cash transfer is huge. Those are welfarist programs that are intervening, and these are facts. It's not just issue of sentiment. People can go on Twitter and tweet anything. And that's not what we are saying. We are talking about.
Looks like you've been following development on Twitter.
Yeah, I'm on
so
Twitter,
how do you engage them? You're the commissioner for regional integration in your state, and when people come with such complaints, because some of them are actually genuine, in all honesty, and when you see such, do you sometimes try as much as possible to expatiate some of these points to them?
Yeah, let me tell you, Nigeria of 2013. It's not Nigeria of today. The ability, the economy of the country in terms of receipts from abroad is lower. It's only just coming up days ago. But you see that this is a government that has been able to do much with less. If you look at power situation, I don't know where you stay, but you will agree with me that power has improved than what you used to have before. Anywhere in the country now, they will tell you there has been great improvement in it. The roads that were started by Jonathan has not been stopped, apart from the one the National Assembly chose not to fund. For the ones that have been funded, the roads are going on. There is no issue of people collecting money for roads and never doing them. The challenge of Nigeria today is that we have lesser money, but we are doing more with the lesser money. So you have to acknowledge the resourcefulness of those who are in the chef now that is cooking for Nigeria.
You know that there's this. Well, I like the way we're headed now, because there's this talk in Africa, especially Black Africa. They say you don't talk when you're eating.
Table manners.
And it will seem as if, when we talk about eating now, we bring it to our political space.
Yeah, okay.
It will seem as if those, for instance, you're a commissioner.
Yeah.
If you weren't given a position in government today, and perhaps you've been outside the kitchen for too long, perhaps you've been throwing the teacups and cutlery right into the kitchen. How do you bring some others who are insisting that they just want to be part of the cook in the kitchen?
Honestly, there are people who have legitimate claims on some of these. You cannot say they are not there. That's what brings issue. Honestly, those who are entitled should be given. We should not flow on nepotism.
Sorry to cut you here, because do you also consider, we have different kinds of cooks?
Yeah.
I've seen cooks who are in the kitchen before the meal is done. Yeah. The meal is half gone.
Those are the old cooks.
So, how do you recognize the kind of cooks you bring in so that the cook can actually serve the people? Because this should be about service. And if we have politicians who are bad cooks who stay in the kitchen and feed fat and come out maybe with nothing or crumbs for the people, how do we put a stop to all of that?
That's what Buhari has been doing. That's the difference between Cook Buhari and Cook Jonathan.
No, I think I wouldn't want us to go into President Jonathan, because with all due respect, I think he will, the PDP, they will have their day on the show, because I don't have them here. I want to stay on the matters of your party.
No problem.
And respectfully, I think again, President Jonathan you can also point, you said something about the ministry, roads, and all that stuff you mentioned. And you would also agree that some of them are projects started by President Jonathan, which your government
is a continuum.
Yeah, your government has shown that continuum, spirit by continuing. So, but let's go back to those cooks. You have to deprive the people. No, I'm not trying to compare
cooks,
because presently, let's stay on what we have now. Because if you look at it,
for you to appreciate light, there must be darkness.
No, let's take it this way, because for a long time, your party stayed on the blame story.
It's not about blame.
No. Your party, in all honesty, stayed on the blame story until they decided to move on. And now that they have decided to move on, we're still looking at your party. Do you think you have the best people, in the kitchen at the moment? Because without calling names, it looks like some
are not good. I agree with
not
you.
Good.
I mean, there's no
would you, if you were to meet President Buhari, would you advise for some kind of overhaul in his cabinet?
That's long overdue. I agree. There's no doubt about that. You have to tinker with some of this team as event goes on. You'll have seen those who are not performing and those who are performing. So there is no shying away from the fact that really overhauling the system is long overdue. You understand? We should not carry the same people all wholesale. We cannot say we are getting entirely the best that is possible now. We could still get better. And it will open the space for more inclusiveness. Some of the agitation you are seeing is because people are denied participation in the kitchen. So
even though you're within the region, that's within the state, do you see that happening within your party before 2019 election? Do you see a change of guard?
Well, I'm not in any position. I can't read the mind of the president, because the buck stops on his table. But honestly, to rejuvenate this party, to rejuvenate governance, some new hands, not all. Some are doing well. Some are doing well. There is nothing you want to say now that you not say maybe someone like Fashola is not doing well. He's trying. Despite all the challenges, particularly in the area of electricity, we are doing well. Roads, to the budget that is available, we are doing well. People are doing well. The tax people, they are doing well. You have a number of other people too that are doing wonderfully well.
So let's close on this. How do you think your party can hold tight towards 2019? We have the NPDP within your party bloc complaining. We have so many others within the APC also complaining in moving forward, especially towards the general election, because now it's just within the states. How can this be sorted out amongst yourselves without losing, party members, just the way we saw in 2014 when a great amount of PDP members moved to your party?
And there's only one answer will be enough for that. Change Oyegun. Once we are able to change the party chairman, so many things will fall in place because the man has not been able to carry the party. It's a very simple. All the crises you see now, some are being orchestrated just to create impression that National Convention cannot hold, that if it holds, there will be crisis. And they want to extend tenure. So if you take away that man, then the party can start a process of rebuilding, a process of healing. And then the president himself must also come out like he had done in the case of Ekiti. He must come up to show that, yes, I'm ready for everybody. In politics, it must be for everybody. It must not say it's not for nobody, it's for everybody, it's for all of us.
Time to put up the stove. Many thanks, Bola, for spending time with us in the kitchen.
Thank you.
Yeah, have a blessed evening. Yeah. Well, we'll take a moment. When we come back, we'll look at fake news alert.